Happy Halloween, everyone! This is by far my favorite holiday, and I wanted to do a video I haven't actually looked to see if anyone else has done, but I really don't care because I want to do it anyways. So today we're going to be taking random book characters that I've chosen, and we're going to put them into a scary movie to see if they will live or die. This only has character names in it. I didn't have another jar and I didn't want to waste paper to like write down all of the scary movies. So I have a list of them written in my notebook, and I'm just going to randomly point to one whenever I need a scary movie. So yeah. I'm also not going to go into a lot of detail about the movies because, I mean, I'm pretty sure all of these movies are like older than The Hills because I don't really watch a lot of movies. So y'all should know all of these. So, except maybe one of them. But anyways, let's get started. These can't really be mixed up very well. I've also put a character from my own book in here that we may or may not get to. It depends on how long this takes. But first off is Ronan from the Raven Cycle. Oh boy. And he's going to be put in the movie Scream. Now, I just wrote Scream because I guess I assumed that, you know, it was only going to be the first one. But, you know, I think Ronan would make it all the way to the end. I don't see him dying at all. I mean, even if he got caught by the killer, he could kick the killer's behind. So, Rowan's definitely going to survive this horror movie. Let's see. Next up is Katie from Illuminae. Now this is going to be interesting, and she will be in the movie Ginger Snaps. Oh boy. I guess in this sense we have to pretend that Katie is... We could pretend, I guess, Katie's the sister in this sense. And it really depends on what Ginger Snap you watch. I'm going to go with the more popular Ginger Snap, which I believe is the first one, where only one sister gets turned into a werewolf. And in that sense, Katie I actually see surviving because, I mean, she would do what needs to be done, and if she needed to kill her sister, she would kill her sister without... Well, she wouldn't not give it second thoughts, but, I mean, she had to do it. I can see her doing it, especially in, you know, the situation that is. If you guys haven't seen Ginger Snaps, I really highly recommend the first one. There's really no rhyme or reason behind how they filmed those, because one is set in, like, I don't even know what year it is, but it's like, I think in the 1800s or something, and then the others are like in modern day, so there's really no continuity to it at all, but it's a really good movie. I really enjoyed the first one. Next up is Katniss from the Hunger Games. Oh boy. She's in the movie Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now this one, I definitely meant the first one because that one is so twisted. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I can 100% see Katniss getting out of this. I mean, for one thing, she wouldn't trust anybody in the first place, so there's no way that they can screw her over by, you know, leading her down a trail to the killer. I don't see Katniss ever stopping on the side of the road to help anybody either, you know, to be completely honest. So she wouldn't even get into this mess in the first place. But if she did, she'd 100% survive. And I mean, if the killer did come after her, I can see her, like, arrowing that boy right into the head. So far, all of these people are surviving, and I want someone to die. Which isn't right. There's actually a couple characters I put in here that die in the actual books, so... This one's not it. We got Katie from the Lux series. Two Katies in a row. Katie from the Lux series is going to be in the movie... Alien. That fits so well. And this is just Katie without Damien, so if we're talking about end of the book series Katie, I think she'd 100% survive. If we're talking about beginning of the book Katie, she would die in a heartbeat. I'm gonna say end, all these are gonna be like end of the book series. Actually, I don't know. I can't remember Alien that well, so I don't know if anyone actually survives Alien or not. I think they do. Would Katie live through this? I mean, given all of the extra powers and everything, it's been a while since I've read the Lux series, but doesn't she have, like, better healing as well. Yeah, she does have better healing as well, I think. So I think that she would make it out alive, but only if she played it smart and worked as a team with the other people that are there with her. So that one's more like a 50-50 live or die situation. I think if she played it right, she'd live, but if she didn't, you know, then there's like no chance of her living. Okay, next up is Julian from the Dark Artifices. I think he's gonna live no matter what movies he's in, but we shall see. He's in, I looked. He's in I Know What You Did Last Summer. He'd 100% love this. I don't see Julian, I can see Julian actually running somebody over and then hiding up the death. Or actually, I don't even think he would hide it at all. He would just blame it on somebody. But even if he was in the situation where the person he ran over was trying to kill him and everything, I 100% think he would get out of it in some shape or form. He would probably have the killer himself, not even knowing who killed him in the end. I mean, that's just Julian. And really, Julian is really, really scary. So I don't think the killer would want to mess with him anyways. You know, I honestly thought they would be put in movies where they wouldn't be able to survive. But so far, that's not happening. Next up is Nico from the Percy Jackson series. I don't see how he could not live through any of these, to be honest. But Dawn of the Dead. What a perfect movie for the demigod of the dead. Nico would obviously live in this one because he controls the dead. Vampires are involved in this, isn't there? Was that From Dusk Till Dawn or Dawn of the Dead? I think it was From Dusk Till Dawn. Yeah, Dusk Till Dawn was the vampire one, so this is the zombie one. So yeah, Nico would live because he would control everybody. If anything, he would have his own, like, army of killers. It's weird, but that's Nico for you. This one's wrapped around my finger, so I guess we'll take this one. And it is Triss from Divergent. I'm not spoiling anything for how that ends, but we're going for the last book, so, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter if she lives or not. I got Texas Chainsaw Massacre again, so let's try again. And Carrie. Oh, you guys, I don't know if you guys have watched Carrie, but it is a really scary movie. Highly recommend it. It was made back when my mom was a kid, and then they redone it, I think, in like 2014. I watched both versions. Both are really good. Highly recommend the movie. Triss, she'd 100% die in this situation. Not because of everything that happens in the book, but because she wouldn't even get near Carrie and she would be ripped to pieces. There is no way she's living through that. Now, if she had special powers or something, I can see her living through it, but there's just no way. She's dying. I'm sorry, Triss. You know, I don't even know if I should be sorry or not because of what happened in the last book, but yeah, I'm not spoiling anything. I'm not. Next up is Teresa from The Maze Runner. This had an ending in the book that I was actually 100% okay with. So let's see what movie you're in. I know that's an unpopular opinion that everybody likes Teresa and it's like, I don't care for her at all. And she's in the movie The Ring. Sadly, I think Teresa would probably live. It's been a while since I've watched either of the Ring movies, but I'm pretty sure that everybody dies in the end of those. But Teresa seems smart enough and resourceful enough to either find the origins of this and stop it, or she would like pass on the, what do you want to call it, a curse? She would pass it on to somebody else so that she wouldn't have to deal with it. So I think, despite my dislike of Teresa, she would win. She would continue living. Next up is Newt from The Maze Runner, and this ending broke my heart into pieces. Let's hope he gets a good movie because I love Newt so much. That one's already been chosen. He is in Halloween with Michael Myers. Oh my god. Would Newt live in Halloween? Would he be able to live through that? Oh my god. Oh, would he live? I honestly think there's a high possibility that Newt would live because he's very intelligent and he doesn't play recklessly like some of the other people from the Maze Runner. So, I don't know. A part of me wants to say that he would live, but another part of me says that whoever he's with, if something happens to them, Newt would fly into a rage and end up getting himself killed. So, this is another 50-50, I think. I mean, because if Newt is by himself and acting on his own, I feel like he could live, but if there are circumstances where someone he cares about is there with him, I can see him dying, whether to protect them or they die and he just tries to avenge their death. I mean, both of those. I mean, I think in these kind of scenarios, it's a 50-50 chance whether he'd live or die. I kind of hope he's alone, that way he lives. But considering, I don't know, I need to rewatch Halloween. Those were some good movies. Horrifying movies, but good movies. And that's the one movie I did not want Newt in. Ugh. Okay. Next up is Percy Jackson from the Percy Jackson series. Like Nico, I think he's gonna live no matter what, but he's in the movie Chucky. Oh my god. This is one of those humorous horror movies. It's horrifying because it's a living doll, but at the same time it's a humorous one because it's like, it's a living doll. So Percy would 100% live through this. I mean, I don't see him dying to a little demonic doll. And I'm only counting that as the first Chucky because I've watched only Chucky and Chucky's Bride. I think those are the only two I've watched. Are those the only two? I don't know. They weren't really my movies. The next one is my own book character, Jaden from Project Valentine. Now I'm scared. I love Jaden so much, but he is not a fighter. Unless he has to be, and that's already been chosen. He is on, it's in the between, so I'll just go between these again. He is on the movie Snakes on a Plane, which is another good movie. It's not really a horror movie, but if you hate snakes, it's very horrifying. Jaden would die before they even reach the ground. Because Jaden's one of those characters that he doesn't like fighting, and this isn't a movie where you have to fight or hurt anybody or anything. It's just a fight for survival, but I can see him putting his life on the line to save somebody from getting bit by a snake. I can 100% see it. So, as much as I love Jaden, he would die in this sense. Oh, my baby Jaden. He's like my second. Well, honestly, Jaden's like my third favorite character to write from so far. Probably sounds bad if you don't have a lot of characters in your book, but I have like, I don't know. I have like 4 main characters and like half a dozen secondary characters. But Jaden is definitely like my third favorite, and I don't want him to die, but in these circumstances, he would 100% die. There's like no chance of him living. Let's see. Next up is Kath from Fangirl. This is one of those easy characters I put in there that's like most likely gonna die. Okay. And she's in the movie Final Destination. Now, this one I planned on just the first one, like where everything started and they don't know what's going on. They have no survivors to help them or anything. Kath would die. I want to say Kath would be like one of the first people to die, like when they're just trying to figure out the pattern of it and everything, and how people are gonna die and everything. I mean, I 100% think she would die, and like very early on in the movie, so she wouldn't even be like one of the main characters. She'd like be one of those side annoying characters. So sorry, Kath, but you die. I mean, she would die regardless. So I mean, beginning or end of the movie, she would die. See, next up is Simon from Carry On, and he's gonna have to carry on with that Baz in this movie. Which movie is it? Hostel. Oh my god. Of all movies to get stuck in, he'd be stuck in Hostel. Oh my god. If you guys haven't watched Hostel, watch it. It's horrifying, not in a monstrous kind of coming at you kind of way, but in a very human way. Horrifying movie. But at the same time, I love it, and I hate that Simon has to be in this movie. But, oh, Simon, would you live or die? He has magic powers. So, but he can't really control them. And towards the end of the book, he doesn't really even have his powers anymore. But he has wings at that point, too. Okay. Assuming that Simon could get out of the building, which I think he probably could do. But if we're talking about, like, in the beginning of the book, I 100% think he could get out. If we're talking about the end of the book, if he can get out of the building, I feel like he could live. But it seems like he gets himself in a lot of trouble. I don't know. You guys let me know. Do you think that, if you guys watch Hostel, do you think Simon from Carry On would live in this situation or not? Because Hostel, it's hard to say. It's really hard to decide whether someone would live through that or not, especially someone like Simon who had magical powers. I'm just going to assume this is at the end of the book, and he doesn't have really powers anymore, but he does have his wings. So, yeah, so you guys let me know. Do you think he would live through Hostel or not? Because I can't decide. Okay, next up, I drew 2 names. We're not doing that. Leah from Leah on the Offbeat is next. Oh, God. She's in the movie Nightmare on Elm Street, and 100% Leah's gonna die because she's just too stubborn. I mean, Freddy wouldn't even mess with her. He would just outright kill her. I mean, she would fall asleep. She'd probably be the first one to fall asleep. She wouldn't have the stamina or the endurance to stay awake for longer than 24 hours. I mean, I know I don't. So, well, I can stay up for like 36 hours. Point is, I don't see her being able to do that. So she dies. That's quick. Next is Sydney from Bloodlines. And she's in the movie When a Stranger Calls. Now, this is actually a movie that I really like. And I can see Sydney 100% getting out of this alive because she's very intelligent, she's very resourceful, and much like the main character, I feel like she's going to know exactly what to do and how to work everything in her advantage and get out alive. She'd probably actually get out a lot faster and figure out what's going on than the main character of the movie. But really good movie, and I 100% Sydney's getting out alive. Then last but not least is Callum from Reboot. And there should only be 1 movie left. Where is it? Wait. Did I not write enough movies down? Well, there was 1 movie I marked out because I didn't feel like it would only pertain to like female characters, and that's Jennifer's Body. Callum is our main character. Technically dies, just comes back, and that's kind of how he does in the book. If we're seeing him as the main character, I can 100% see him living through all this because he's just too much of a sweetheart to actually be killed or die. If we're talking about him being a secondary character and dealing with Jennifer, I still think he would live because he would probably be like the other main character of the movie and be really sweet and kind to begin with, and you know, try to help, but then once he saw that he's unable to help, he would do what's necessary to make sure everybody else lives. But yeah, that's the end of this video. That was actually a lot more fun than I thought, and I may want to try to do something like this for like other movie types. I don't know what other movie types I could do, but it was a lot of fun. I kind of want to do it again. And like I said, guys, let me know if you think Simon would actually live through Hostel, or if you think he would die, or if you think he would pull like the main character in I think it was Hostel like 2 or 3. I think it was Hostel 2 where she actually ends up joining them. I don't see Simon actually joining them, but let me know if you guys think that would be something he would do. Because, I mean, it's been a while since I read Carry On, and I wasn't a big fan of Carry On. I need to reread it to, like, see if my opinion's changed. But seriously, let me know, because it's kind of bothering me. I want to know, would he live through Hostel? Also, let me know if you disagree with something I said, like Triss not living against Carrie, or, you can't really, that's my own character, you can't really tell me whether Jaden would live or not. But yeah, just let me know your thoughts on what characters you think would live or die. But with that, that is the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I wish you the happiest of Halloweens. Bye!